evening. Thank you for joining Chef Rodney Bennett today. We'll be doing something very nice and easy today that you can do right at home in your kitchen. I have a young assistant, Sara Maria.
Hello everybody.
Stay tuned. I'll be using at least 1 kilo of ground beef for this recipe. Here we have the shrimp. We have the chopped shrimp. I don't want to grind it too smooth as a puree because the substance will not be there when you bite into the meatball. I don't want something mushy and soft. I need a little bit of texture and a little bit of body inside that meatball with the shrimp. Okay, so that's the reason why I just chopped it and not pureed it as a difference. Okay, very good for these meatballs to help with the flavor is my good old beef oxo cubes. It works very good for gravies and also it works for meatballs as well, stews, you name it. Very good item that you can use to incorporate in your cooking at home. You can do the same. I'm sure you can find this oxo cube wherever you are. I'm gonna go on ahead and add some onion. Go ahead and add some chopped fresh garlic, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh thyme, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, salt and pepper. Here we have already our onion inside, our garlic inside, and our parsley inside. Now we're gonna add 2 of the oxo cubes. Just squeeze them in your hand and crush them up. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of kosher salt. Why I like to use kosher salt other than the other table salt is that this salt is more coarse and it has more flavor than the table salt. So I add a teaspoon of that, and then we're gonna get some pepper in there. And we add 1 egg, 1 whole fresh egg to the meatballs. I take 3 slices of that French bread and I chop it up. So go in with my 3 slices of bread. Make sure you got everything incorporated in there, all mixed up. You know, you got your onions in here, you got your garlic in here, you got that whole egg in here. My ground beef is all mixed up with all the ingredients. So, as I mentioned before, we have our chopped shrimp or prawns, if you want to call them. We add some parsley inside. We add some garlic chopped inside. And we add a little bit of onion inside. Add a ½ teaspoon of the same kosher salt. And we're going to go in with some pepper in there. And mix it up very nicely so that your shrimp is all seasoned up. The next step we're going to go forward is actually making the meatballs, stuffing them with the shrimp. You get some of the ground beef in your hand, the amount that you want, your size of meatballs. So what we're going to do now is start out the meatballs stuffed with the shrimp. So first you make a meatball in your hand. What we're going to do is press a hole inside with your finger. Make a hole inside the meatball. After that, you take some of the shrimp mixture and you fill it inside. There you go. Now, it's time for you to close that meatball. And there's the meatball closed with the shrimp filled inside. And you just repeat that process until you're done and you have all the meatballs the amount that you need. Right now what I'm doing is sealing the meatballs for the oven. What I'll do is fry them off a little bit, let them get cooked all around, and then we're going to put the meatballs in the oven for 10 minutes. a little bit of butter inside, some chopped onion, about 1/4 of an onion, and then we have some garlic in there, about 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic. There you see the onion is starting to cook. The onion and the garlic is starting to cook in the butter. And then we'll start to make our sauce. I've got some Dolmeo tomato sauce here. I've got some double cream. I have my tomatoes here chopped, so I got some parsley here as well. You can use white wine, you can use a Pinot Grigio, you can use a Sauvignon Blanc, you can use a white Chablis. Any white wine is fine. See how your onion and garlic is starting to get nice and golden brown there? You don't want it to burn, you just want it to get nice and golden brown. Then you go in with your white wine. And brings all the flavors together. There and then, you can go in with your tomato sauce, a little bit of chopped thyme, and then you reduce the heat, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, and some pepper. This pepper mill comes out very slow. It might look like I'm adding a lot, but it's not really a lot. You add 1/4 cup of water to that. Now, we go in with our tomatoes. And now, Santa Maria, we're gonna add in our cream. You don't need to put all inside depending on how much you're doing.